Hi everyone, Attorney Rachel Kelly here with another Family Law Friday. This week I have another video on my do's and don'ts of divorce series. So this week, another don't, and that is don't think you can do it all alone. So what do I mean by that? Well, a couple of different things. First of all, nobody can get through a divorce emotionally completely alone, right? Brain scientists have studied it and they have determined that getting divorced is equivalent to experiencing the death of a very close loved one, such as a spouse or a parent, right? So your brain actually shows the same signs of changes in grief in a divorce process as it would in a death. That's because it's a huge change to your life. And so if you need support, and I shouldn't even say if, because everyone needs support, do not go it alone. Find a therapist, just find someone to talk to, have a trusted friend who's been through it, who will talk with you. You know, it may even be helpful to lean on your family, your friends, your sister, your brother, your parents. That's all an important component of the emotional part of divorce. And particularly, you don't want to use your lawyer for that emotional support because, as I say to my clients all the time, I am a lot more expensive than a therapist. Insurance doesn't cover me, and I am a hell of a lot less qualified. So ultimately, those are things that you really want to go to a professional or a close friend for. Now, the other thing that I mean when I say don't do it all entirely on your own is that never sign a final divorce judgment without having reviewed it with an attorney whatsoever, without having had any advice from an attorney whatsoever. And I say this because there are a lot of resources out there to help people handle divorces primarily on their own, right? Michigan Legal Help is an excellent resource for that, for example. And that might work for people who don't have any assets, who don't have any children, who really don't have anything to divide, don't have debt to deal with, don't have to worry about any of those kinds of things. But that resource does not tell you if you have those things, if you own a home, if you have retirement accounts that you're planning to divide, if you have, if you share a car loan in both of your names, for example. None of those resources are going to tell you how to make sure that you are legally protected so that the things that you agreed to, if your spouse doesn't do them moving forward, you can get relief from a court if you need it. Or even more simply, sometimes you can put language into a judgment that won't even require your spouse's future agreement on something to execute the terms of your judgment, right? And so ultimately, I often say, right, we hear this all the time, a penny of prevention is worth a pound of cure, right? Being proactive is much cheaper than being reactive. So it's great if you and your spouse think you can go through the divorce process on your own and do it all yourselves. I just always recommend that before you sign on that dotted line, you both go see an attorney to make sure that the judgment of divorce, the final agreement specifically, protects you, to make sure that it actually does the things that you're agreeing to do and that there is a way to enforce if one of you doesn't agree and doesn't do the things they're supposed to do moving forward. I hope this video has been helpful. If you have any questions about divorce in Michigan, please give our office a call. We're here to help.